everybody, it's Christine. I'm here to do my weekly wrap-up. Excuse me. And I do have my faithful servant here, but he's kind of laying down. Let's see if I can get his head up. Let's see. Oh, you can just see his ear. He's always with me. So the first thing I finished was The Silent Wife by Carrie Fisher, and that was our book. Wow, can't speak. Hashtag on the BookTube shelf pick for June. Almost forgot what month this was. And we had our live stream yesterday, so go and check that out on Elisa Paperbits channel. I'll post a link below so you don't have to worry about that. But I gave it a 4. I liked it. I really didn't like Massimo. I really didn't like Massimo's mother until the end, and we discussed that in the show yesterday. The writing was really good. I kind of guessed at the little twist, but there was a couple other twists that I didn't see coming, so that was great. It's not really a thriller. It's more of a, let's see, character story. It's about two wives that are second wives to both of their husbands, and they're married to brothers. And there's a whole bunch of family dynamics that happen, and a whole bunch of, I wouldn't say hot topics, but very touchy topics. And I think it was done really well. So yeah, if you want more, like I said, go and check out the live show. We didn't really go into detail, but we kind of hit on some points. So definitely a checkout book. And then because I was on my last couple of days to get my Triple RC challenge done, I really want to meet that challenge every month. So I picked up Reluctant. It's Alora's Cave Quickies. I've never seen or heard of them before, but it's by Laurie Dane, Reluctant, and sorry about the glare, but yes, whatever's on the cover, you can pretty much guarantee it's in the story. It's about werewolves, and I think it's a prequel to the series, and I can't remember what the series name is. It doesn't say on the book, but it's about a girl who's from the, I wouldn't say alphas, of like the chief head werewolf. She's in that family, and they pretty much mate for life. So she was just kind of looking for a quick fling. She was just in the mood. She had this massive plan for her life, and meeting her mate just did not meet with her plan. And so that kind of bugged me a little bit, because she was like, well, I can't be with you right now because it's not on my plan. And then, you know, she does realize things later, but he's from another town. He's just in town thinking it's going to be a quick fling, and sure enough, they're mates. So there's that one. Then I read, I think I read this one second or third, but it's Courtney Milan's The Governess Affair, and it again is a prequel. And I can't even remember the characters' names, but the male lead, the main character, works for this earl, and he's trying to fix his financial affairs. And she's supposed to be a governess for the earl to take care of his unborn child, and his wife had left him because he's a cheat, pretty much. So she sits outside the house day in and day out, and so the earl tells the main character, go fix this for me. You're the fix-it guy, go fix it. So he meets her, and then they kind of, you know, fall in love, whatever. It was cute. I think I gave, I think each of these a 4. It was a pretty good reading week. And then I read a short story from the selection series, which is The Guard by Carrie, and it's pretty much the elite from Aspen's point of view. I still don't like the guy. It was nice seeing his point of view, but he's still Well, I love her, and she gives mixed signals. So whenever she's with Maxon, she loves Maxon, but whenever she's with Aspen, she loves Aspen. And to me, I think she just loves Aspen because it's um, a comfort thing. It reminds her of home, and she's all alone in this castle with all these bickering females, and so I think it's just a habit that she's in. So then I finally finished, or not finally finished. She Tempts the Duke by Lorraine Heath, and this was the chosen author for the Triple RC challenge. And this one was good. The only thing is, I wish the people who did the photo covers actually read about the characters, because he doesn't have a left eye. He's blind, and he has a patch and a whole bunch of scars. So, or at least they could have switched it around. Anyways, this is about Sebastian and Mary. Mary is, like, it starts off when they're like 12 and 15, around that age. And he's got a twin brother and a younger brother. And they get locked into a tower right directly after their father's funeral by their uncle. And their uncle wants to kill them to take over the earldom. Is it Earl? Dukedom. So then fast forward 10, 12 years, and they show up at this ball that is being held by their uncle, and they said, nope, he's not the Duke, I am. So she's engaged, and she tries to help. They grew up together. They're friends, so she wants to help them get back into society. And her fiance does not like that. And of course, this is a series too, so yeah, he tries to push everybody away because of his scars and his lack of sight on the one side. So, his twin brother is and his younger brother are not really suited to society life. His twin brother is a pirate, and his younger brother owns I would say, gambling bordello. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading the other 2 books in that series. And again, I wouldn't say I DNF'd it, but I just skimmed over parts. This is Overcoming Type 2 Diabetes by Carrie S. Swift and Nathaniel G. Clark. It was too doom and gloom for me. I gave it a 3 because there were some instances and good info in here. Especially, I haven't really said this, but I've lost pretty much 3/4 of my hair. And it's been happening for the last 5 years, and I was probably diabetic for 5 years before they diagnosed me. And I've been complaining about my hair, and complaining, and if you see how long it's taken me 30 years to grow it and 5 years to lose it. And I can't really see, but it's very sparse, and it really bugs me. So here we go. You can really see it when I have my hair in a ponytail, though you can see my scalp. And I've been complaining, and finally my gynecologist had done the sugar test, and that's when we found out I was diabetic. And why my previous doctor didn't do this is beyond me. But they also think I'm anemic as well, and they also think it's a low zinc. So, because every shower I do or have, I can pull out clumps of hair, like just, like that. So that is what prompted me to get the blood test, and lo and behold, I'm diabetic. So with everything that my body's been going through in the last 4 years, can be pretty much put to diabetes. So unfortunately, this one, it was more pessimistic. The book that I read previously was more optimistic, that yes, you can do this, yes, you can do this, back off on doing this, but it was not so much you've got diabetes, you can't do this, you're going to die, or this is going to happen. And that's the way it was coming off to me. I know it's probably not, but it's just the way the writing was. It was not optimistic at all. So I gave it a 3, just because it was a little bit, a few things were informative, but it was too cut and dried and just not for me. I like the other book, so I'll probably try and find a copy for myself, or find a different book to read. So anyways, on to the books that I'm currently reading. And of course, we're still reading Goblet of Fire, but we only have 3 chapters left. So hopefully this will be done Wednesday night, or yeah, probably Wednesday night we'll finish this. So Cameron is kind of not understanding most of it because he's not even 11 yet and they're 14. So we're still going to read the rest of the series, and maybe he'll go back and read them when he's a little bit older. So there's that. And I'm reading Mrs. Lincoln's Rival by Jennifer Chiaverini. I didn't start this until last night. I put it on my Goodreads, but I just did not have time. So it's about this girl, and this is an actual photo. I looked it up online, and it's about a girl whose father is thrice divorced. He's had 3 wives, 2 children with his last 2 wives, 1 each, and he's had 4 babies die. But he is going to be, or trying out to be, the president at the same time as Abraham Lincoln. So it's a little bit dry, and the reason it's Mrs. Lincoln's Rival is because if her father became president, she would be first lady as the oldest daughter. So she would be holding all these balls, and Abraham Lincoln won, obviously. So Mrs. Todd is, Mary Todd, I think that's her name. And so I haven't gotten very far. Because it started, it's very dry. It's very slow going. It's very dense. There's not a whole lot of talking yet, so we'll see. I heard this wasn't as good as her other stuff anyways, so it's kind of my downfall, kind of not, that I go with the worst written book, and then I ended up slowly reading it. So we'll see. I'll probably pick up this one to either read simultaneously or like to kill some of the dry mood. But How to Flirt with a Naked Werewolf by Molly Harper. I'm not sure if this is a series or not. Couldn't tell you, but it's paranormal werewolves, obviously, in Alaska. So we'll see. And then, of course, we will finally start Order of the Phoenix. So I've not read Goblet of Fire on. So the last 4 books are all new to me. So we'll see how it goes. But this will probably take us till August to read. Because, yeah. It's a word. So, let me know. I know I haven't gotten to anybody's comments this week. It's just been one of those weeks. My husband's going through some things at work, so we're kind of planning out things like to fall back on if things happen. So everything's good though with that front, because he does have a lot of things that he could fall back on, which is not a problem. So anyways, I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Let me know what you guys are reading, and let's see if I can get him up. There's me. There he is. He's old, so there you go. There. This is my puller. So, bye.